Could you make more money playing roulette than you could investing in the stock market? That might sound like a pretty outrageous question to ask, but I think it's possible, and in this video I'm going to back it up with the numbers. This will infuriate anybody working in the financial industry, so make sure you share it with them to ruin their day. Now, before I get sued into oblivion, and it's embarrassing to even have to say this, but this should not be considered as financial advice. Consider the probabilities and potential profits, as it might change your outlook on investing and roulette. Before I explain the roulette system and its probabilities, we first need to confirm what we would have to achieve to officially say we beat the guys on Wall Street. Over the last decade, on average, the S&P 500 has returned around 10% per year. And if you speak to any money manager or finance guy, they're pretty proud of themselves for returning 10% on your money over 365 days. Well, just how good is that? And how much money would we need to win at the roulette table to match or beat that type of return? So let's say we invest $1,000 with the suits on Wall Street. In a year, that would be worth $1,100, and that's before we paid them any management fees, of course. $100 profit in 365 days, that's less than 28 cents a day. Surely, given a $1,000 bankroll, we can make more money than 28 cents a day on the roulette table. First things first, we need a system that has a seriously high probability of winning, and here's the roulette system I suggest we use to achieve this. If we bet on 11 of the 12 streets, that would mean we've got 33 out of 37 numbers covered, which is an 89.2% probability of winning. A pretty good start, but I'll show you in a moment how we can increase our probability of winning to over 99%. As we only need to win 28 cents each day to match the average returns on Wall Street, we can make our street bets just 30 cents each, meaning our total bet is $3.30. If any of our 33 numbers land, we are returned $3.60, giving us a 30-cent profit, and we've outperformed the stock market for the day. Okay, but it's not that easy, surely. What about the 10.8% of the time when we miss our street bets? Surely, over the long run, the amount of times we lose our $3.30 compared to the amount of times we win 30 cents, then we're not going to make any money and probably even lose money. Well, yes, that's absolutely correct, and that's where we add in our secondary ingenious level to this roulette system. Should we hit a loser, which we inevitably will sometimes, we again bet on 11 of the 12 streets, but this time increase our bet by 12 times so that each street bet is worth $3.60, giving us a total bet of $39.60. Now, with a winning street, this returns $43.20, which is a $3.60 profit on that spin, and when we consider our earlier loss of $3.30, we have not only successfully recouped our losses, but we have also made our daily target of 30 cents. At first glance, betting $39.60 just to make 30 cents profit sounds a bit drastic, but the probability of losing this roulette system 2 times in a row is just 1.16%. Here's how we calculate that probability. Each spin, there are 4 out of 37 numbers that make us a loser, and as a percentage, this is 10.8%. For one of those 4 numbers to land 2 times in a row, we simply multiply 10.8% by 10.8%, which is 1.16%. Now, this statement is guaranteed to have people in the comments saying each spin is independent from the other, and to give credit where credit's due, they are absolutely right. The roulette ball has no memory, and just because it landed on a losing number on the first spin does not mean it won't land on a losing number the second spin. But by starting out with the intention to follow our increased betting system, we are simply betting that we won't lose 2 in a row, and the probability of losing 2 of these spins in a row is 1.16%. Now, unfortunately, this probability is still too high for this roulette system to be a profitable one. Mathematically speaking, we'll lose 2 times in a row once in every 100 spins. If we're planning on doing this roulette system every day of the year, then mathematically speaking, we're going to lose at least 3 times over our 365-day experiment. Well, then how do we combat this? If you answered, we do the same again, then you're on the money. We repeat our bet and increase our stake again by 12 times, making each street bet a humongous $43.20 each. which is a total bet of $475.20. Hang on a second, 2 spins ago, we were betting $3.30, and now we're betting $475.20. Have I lost my mind? Well, you tell me. The probability of losing this bet 3 times in a row is just 0.12%. In other words, there's a 99.8% probability that we do not lose 3 of these bets in a row. With that sort of probability, if we play 1,000 days, then we can expect to lose 3 times in a row, only 1 time. And considering we only want to play this roulette system once a day for 365 days, then we would have to get considerably unlucky to run into this scenario. And if we were unfortunate to lose this, we haven't been completely wiped out. We've lost a total of $3.30 plus $39.60 plus $475.20, which is a grand total of $518.10. Obviously not ideal, but that's only 51% loss on our $1,000 investment. Even the tech giant Facebook had a 64% loss back in 2022, so there's potential, even with a loss, we could still outperform the stock market. Now there's some considerations that need to be accounted for when using this strategy. The first is that you obviously need to find a roulette table that allows you to place 30-cent bets on the streets. If you walk into a live casino on the Vegas Strip, they will laugh at you and tell you to go home. However, there are online casinos that will let you place such small stakes, giving you the ability to slowly grow your bankroll. I have found an online casino in every single country that has such small stakes. If you take the quiz in the description, I will recommend the best casino for you based on your preferences and where in the world you live. I'll also leave a link in the description to the casino that I'm going to play at to use this investment strategy myself. They're available for players in most countries, so make sure to check them out. The second consideration will be a personal one, and that's if you have the balls to continue when things get a bit scary. We mentioned before, mathematically speaking, you will lose 2 bets in a row about 1 in 100 attempts. Will you be able to stomach the risk when you're required to place the 3rd bet of $475.20? If not, then you should probably avoid this system. I will be recording a live example of this strategy, completing a month of investment profit in just one quick session. The plan is to do this 12 days in a row, showing that we can make the same profit Wall Street makes in a year in just 12 days. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to see the results of that challenge. Depending on when you are watching this video, the first month might be available to watch by clicking right here. Don't forget to share this video with a friend, especially one that works in the financial industry. Their brain will probably explode with anger.